Everyone, this is Edric Prim, and I'm just doing a little Bible study before work, and reading Exodus 7. And God told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let my people go, and he was letting him know, I just want to warn you beforehand, though, that harden his heart, and he's not going to listen to you. And if you was like me, you probably like, okay, what is the point of I'm talking to this man, I'm talking to this woman, if they're not going to listen to me? Like, I want to hear your side of the story. That's really no right or wrong answer. We process and we interpret information totally different by our culture, how we was raised, and brought up. So I would like to hear what you have to say, and I want you to be open so we can learn something from each other. This misunderstanding that we had, like, there's something that can be gained here, but God had hardened his heart. He wasn't going to listen. And God had him stand proxy for a reason, to say what thus says the Lord, because Moses ran. That boy took flight. He got ghost. And he was fearful. But God was trying to build his courage. And if you're going to do the work of God, you're going to need God. If you can do the work of God, if you say it's from God and you don't need him, then that is not from God. But he was letting them know that there's a lot that hangs in the balance here, man. God, my people are groaning and they're complaining. Pharaoh's mistreating them. You can't run anymore. You have to do something. You have to man up. You have to buck up. You have to stand up to it, man. You have to do something, because they're complaining and it's not right how he's doing them. But I'm going to use them to free them. And the world is groaning and complaining around us. Our city is groaning and complaining around us, because our boys are get shot down like dogs in the street. Dealing with violence throughout the land. The world is groaning and complaining. You see, in the political system, they don't really know who to trust. They're groaning and complaining. Absentee father that's running rampant in the land. They're groaning and complaining. They're talking about, they don't really want God because of the way that we treat each other. They got people watching us. They say, okay, if you saying that your God is love, why are you so hateful? Why do you treat each other the way you do? Why do you talk about each other the way that you do? Why should I come to your church and you excited about me coming there, and I see the way you run your brother's name through the mud? I see the way you mistreat them, but you want me to be excited just to have a new member there. I don't want to come to your church. And they're groaning and complaining because they want to go somewhere. And we all have to be held accountable for our life and the people that we're assigned to. Moses was assigned to certain people, and we are assigned to people. There's only certain people that we can influence, but we can do something right where we're at. Like, you don't need to be anyone else. You can just be you, and you can make a difference. You're called to make a difference. You was created to make a difference. I don't care what they say. I don't care what you don't have. You can make a difference right where you're at. And just remember, if God be for you, man, it does not matter if the odds may be stacked against you. It can be 600 million to 1. Hey, you'll win if you don't quit. God bless you.